described entailed taking them and putting them before a mental hygiene so you could make them see that they.
Look, you already want to run. The conservatives already want to control. Conservatives already want to control women's bodies. Why don't they want to control everyone too? Just force it on.
They do.
Wait,
Absolutely.
No, I mean,
where do you get that from? Because that didn't happen. And actually, in fact, I mean, we just went through a COVID pandemic where pretty much the majority of conservatives were like, no, I don't want forced vaccines. I don't want to do this. We had numerous healthcare workers who opposed this, and they stood for those rights. But if you're thinking it's just the abortion, yeah, a lot of Christians do that, and that's part of their faith. So, I mean, there's conservatives like me who, frankly, think the government just needs to stay out of your body, period, whether you have...
I agree. I agree with that, and therefore I don't think the diagnosis of mental illness is actually relevant. It's actually relevant.
It's still a moral decision. I think it's wrong to have an abortion, but it's to each person do their own thing. I don't think the government has the right to do it, specifically since this government did not set the standard for when life begins.
That's fine. I didn't want to go into I didn't want to drag into the abortion debate, but
body, my choice, don't keep it unaliving babies. Those same people.
Right. Hold on a second. It was a bad comparison. I didn't want to. Hold on. I didn't want to go down this road. I was saying it as a comparison because if these people that you identify as having mental illness,
so those same people were then wanting us to be forced. Everyone had to be forced vaccinated and get the jab, or you were going to lose your job, or all of these things were going to happen. So like,
great. So I wasn't using it as a comparison. I was just saying, if you think that these people have mental illness, and you think that's actually serious, right? Then let's actually talk about addressing that. And the addressing that isn't telling people, and the addressing that wouldn't be telling people that they're stupid, right? And wouldn't be saying they're just crazy because they have mental illness and then dismissing that. This is what Norm said. They have mental illness and I dismiss them. So what's the treatment plan?
The truth is that they have.
So what's the treatment plan?
God.
I don't know if there is one. They seem to wax and wane. And another example is that scare, that moral panic about recovered memories and kitty rings of devil worshipping child abusers that was big in the 80s, and then there was a film about it called Capturing the Freedmen.
Well, people who were just inventing things. By the way, I'm a little worried about this Nolan Wells death, kid who drowned in Mississippi. There are many rooms on Clubhouse insisting that he was murdered by white people with absolutely no evidence of it. So that's another example of a kind of moral panic / mental illness over something that didn't happen. Russiagate was a social hysteria. The people to this day will insist that there's in the Mueller report it says that he colluded with Russia to change the outcome of the election in 2016.
Do you think that people calling white people racist in 2026, that's got to be up there with mental illness?
Well, false charges of racism seem to be a default for certain people. Like, do you know? It's just
It's a cope.
It's a cope. Rather than have the discussion, they just call names, and this seems to be.
That's what you're doing too. Rather than have the discussion, just saying they have mental illness.
No.
Calling names.
That's not.
I'm analyzing a social phenomenon. I'm not calling names.
Absolutely, I disagree that that's your motivation.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
You don't know what my motivation. You don't speak for my motivation.
Well, Caleb.
No, I just. It seems to me, just having listened to you, I am speaking to my motivation. And what you just said that you're just analyzing. I don't believe that you're just engaging in analysis.
So there is this thing called mass psychological illness or mass pathogenic illness, MPI, or mass hysteria is the rapid spread of physical or psychological symptoms through a group with no identifiable infectious agent or organic cause. Yes, it's an actual thing that happens. It's crazy.
I've seen it many times in this country. What about suddenly
the witch trials?
All of these high school kids decide that they're not they're girls, or they're not girls, they're boys. So people's children are suddenly telling them, "Oh yeah, I'm a girl."
I know
Boys.
they weren't watching. Would you be my neighbor? When he's so good. What was his name? Not Mr. Robinson. What was his name?
Oh, Jordan Peterson.
No, that childhood show.
Oh yeah,
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers. Oh my gosh, when he talks about boys will grow up to be daddies, moms or girls will grow up to be mommies. Boys cannot be girls. And he sings this song. He was so clever, planting great seeds in our heads when we were kids.
This is way before the mass hysteria of this.
Yeah, now the shows that the kids.
Have you seen any of them?
I haven't watched one.
Every society has a vested interest in maintaining a type of social order. I think that America allows for the elasticity in their rubber band to sort of like push to the edges.
Hello, moderators. This is Book. I'd like to talk about the title of the room, if I may.
Yes, permission granted, folks.
So, I've read in a book that evolution occurs via anti-socialistic methods, meaning we have socialists and then we have anti-socialists. The truth about anti-socialism is that the socialists think that they're being anti-socialist by wanting social programs, but that's just not the truth. Socialists, especially Democrat socialists, are absolutely 100% mentally ill. They should all be arrested and put into mental health education facility camps to help them with their bad opinions.
This is certainly a sophisticated view.
Now, if you abort children and you decapitate them in the uterus, or if you marry men and call yourself a rabbi, you're a faggot retard. You're a retard faggot. You should go to the John Kitover mental health facility to help people.
Also, just a second account.
What's that ad? No, but that was not in good faith.
9 on the stage. Also
Norm, it's John Kitover's account. But on is also AYN on the stage. It's also.
I know this. I mean, I just want him to talk like a normal person, and there's no problem.
No, there's a prime example of mental illness. I mean, sitting in Fruit of the Loom underwear with 30 phones around you with streaming live, that would probably, for the 5 years, that would probably indicate some level of.
There's something there. There's something.
Do you believe in a different brand of underwear, Brad? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I had to wear that stuff in the Navy, and so, like, you know, they gave you the tighty whities, but I mean, as soon as you could, you bought boxers. Like, you let the boys free. So, I mean, you know.
Wait, you guys were required to wear whiteys?
in boot camp.
In boot camp, yeah.
Government issue.
Wait, who was the endorser there? Zen? Was that you?
I'm just saying that if you marry men or you murder babies and you think that you're mentally healthy and all there, you could be a faggot retard.
Eliminating pregnancies is not working.
Well, they won't say it's unaliving a baby. They will say.
Also, he was making a dig at somebody else on the stage. I'm just, we don't need that.
Oh.
It's unnecessary. It could be coming. I've seen this guy speak in a very nice way and actually add to the conversation, and I want to encourage that and not corrosive, nonsense, frankly.
Well, what I noticed about Edmund is that he does match energy in the room. So when he did come up, when he started to speak, that said person came off mic and made a comment first. So then that's when Edmund will go full troll mode and then just and run him up. But like if people are having normal conversation, not being condescending, then he'll come up and be cool.
I mean, he's becoming like that sort of crazy guy that everybody knows about, you know? It's like, he's on the corner with his radio. You know?
You know, you might consider the weirdest things.
There's his brilliance, though.
We had like at least on the Republican side of Clubhouse, or more the, you know, on that avenue, the conservative, we had like 4 or 5 people running around saying that they were running for elections. Odd thing though is that they ran their election campaigns on Clubhouse, which made 0 sense to me. But we had it. We even had it in the libertarian side, and there were some Democrat or progressive or liberal people that were running around. And I don't understand this thought process, because it's coming to today. To run solely on TikTok, Instagram, Clubhouse, Twitter, whatever it is, Twatter, Clapper, whatever you're using. Why? Like, it's important to get a message out. I understand that. But if that's all you're doing, how can you run a campaign solely on social media? You actually still have to go talk to people. You still have to break laws. You still have to go and meet townsfolk, visit states, visit cities, visit districts. And I would say that was a mental illness that came out of the pandemic, was people thinking they were going to be politicians and revolutionize America by running a political campaign on Clubhouse. It was fucking weird, especially with some of the libertarians. They were the most crazy on that one.
They were for sure. I did not know. Do you remember, Brad? Do you remember Bootleg Libertarian was his name? From Bootleg?
Yes.
You know that he passed away, right?
No, I didn't.
He, like a Brooks situation.
Oh.
Yeah, really sad. I didn't even know that. Roger told me like a couple months ago.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's married and had kids.
Yep, he wanted to box me in a ring.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not a boxer, so like, yeah, whatever. That's really sad.
It is.
So today I became acquainted with a YouTube channel called Hot White Underbelly, and it's a man who does interviews with people in Skid Row, discussing their crack and fentanyl use.
It's soft, right? I've been watching them for years, like 10 years. Yeah, they're really interesting. They're well shot. They're very, very interesting.
How prevalent is this? Like, it seems to be quite prevalent.
What's that?
I guess
degeneracy.
Hey, don't be too hard on the crackheads. Like, first off, they're probably the hardest working people in America. You've never, ever seen somebody, a crackhead, ever get up and say, you know what, screw this, I don't need to do this today, I don't need to go to work, I need a mental health day, I'm just going to lay down. They will always get up and find a way to score the drugs or alcohol that they need, and they will achieve that fucking goal in any method they can. They are the biggest hustlers in America.
Proud America.
That may be true. Very well may be true. Listen, I'm not trying to
it's not anybody. I mean, drug abuse seems to be a fairly constant in the population. I mean, I've heard under the past few administrations, as many as 100,000 dying a year from fentanyl overdoses. There's a fair amount of, opioid abuse. If that's what you're talking about, I mean, that's fentanyl. Crack is obviously a very different creature.
Yeah.
This is mainly, I think, sort of lurid and fascinating look at the underworld, the underbelly. It's not like it's prevalent. It's like, I don't think I know any crackheads or...
Well, you remember that song, Your Mama's on Crack Rock?
Yeah. And did you say that Brooks died?
Yeah, Brooks.
That's very sad. I love Brooks. That's very sad.
Can't
So,
join
the
the
reason why
house,
that-
Gigi. Michelle,
That's
tell this
very
faggot
sad,
retard to
but
let me join the
deeply
house.
relatable.
The reason why it actually came up was because I had a conversation with another friend a couple of days ago, maybe 3 or 4 days ago, and they mentioned to me,
Dennis, you ready to
even children,
you ready to
like
relaunch the John
teenagers,
Kitover band for the day?
are widespread smoking.
Time for a little
at least
power
for,
rush, a bull
crack and
rush.
fentanyl in marijuana.
Super rush.
That was in. At least that's what it was locally. That
Teenagers
came across
smoking marijuana
in crack.
in Canada.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, just for Gigi's Mansion, this is an exclusive Giant Kitover band event. We are live at Lollapalooza. We're setting up on stage. This is the pre-show, pre-after party delight and celebration of Chicago in Gigi's Mansion. Ultra positive vibrations.
I'll devour, I'll beget
till about an hour ago. I'm literally going to. I made a whole bunch of salads, and I grilled chicken.
Found in the purple of passion prayer, in the crimson shrine, the scarlet that startles in eyes of blue, to watch thy wantonness weeping through the tangled grove, then your
So they come in between you and they try to like possess you. I don't call them spirits, I call them dimensional beings. They kind of take over.
Dimensional beings from Islam? This is the gift that keeps giving. Dimensional beings? Listen to the words coming out of your mouth. Dimensional beings? From which
I
dimension?
don't know why do we keep inviting this guy up? Can we
Hello?
get rid of this guy, please? We don't
Hello?
want to him. What are our boring rooms?
Oh?
Can we knock him down, please? He came in here. I told you he was.
Well,
on
speak of a
punishment.
dimensional being, and one will appear. Look who's here.
All right. Well, we're gonna do this. All right,
What is
so
this, the Little Caesars of Islam? Hello?
Daniel, let's have a meeting.
Can I get another slice?
Do you think that he's been? Do you think that he's repented? Right? Did he repent? He hasn't repented yet. Okay.
Haven't repent. It's not Yom Kippur yet, guys. I'll do it on Yom Kippur.
Let's let him make the case.
But Daniel has to also ask for forgiveness. How dare you, Daniel? How dare you? Hello?
You were pissing us off with
The bells?
You came in here.
You don't like the bells? That's part of Islam.
I like the bells. I like the bells. She didn't like the bells.
Yes. Listen to me, okay?
You guys just live for drips of Narjas. That's it. You guys don't even talk about Islam. You just wait for Narjas to come in and sprinkle you with her Narjas juice. You guys don't care academically about Islam. You're frauds. You're fakes. You're not scholars. You're just Narjas juice drippers.
This guy's over on me.
You're an international dimension being, Drogo. Get a haircut. Get a haircut.
He's way worse.
You know how much shampoo and mousse you have to use? You're gonna kill the planet with all your shampoo and mousse and hairspray conditioner.
That was good. That was a good one. That was a good one.
You're not Muslim if you got hair like that. You better cut it to save the world.
He's not a Muslim. I'm not a Muslim.
He's not?
No.
Well, where'd you get that shirt? Did you buy it on eBay? It looks like it's worth $9.
It's not a shirt. Let it go, man. It's a beach shirt. This is Friday shirt, bro.
Well,
You have a Friday shirt?
it's camel day, and not many of you study, you just endlessly talk, but the camel is a metaphor for the ability to traverse.
Actually, John, get your metaphors, man. Stop with metaphors. Stop with these metaphors, please. Seriously, it's something. You're so into metaphors that you're lost.
You're talking about international dimension beings, retard faggot, and you're gonna tell me you don't like a metaphor about a camel? You look like a fucking camel. If you listen and use your ears, you might learn the truth of the earth. If you listen. The truth of the earth. It's not flat from your birth to your death.
Other beings being used to corrupt you. That's what it
You
is.
said Earth. You said Earth.
Well,
Earth. That sounds like you remember Al? Remember Al? I mean, he's old enough to remember Al. Remember Al?
Yeah, Chicago.
Yeah, remember Al? He would say Earth.
You're talking about Alex Jones, Chicago.
No. We're talking about Al. Al, like the alien Al. He was like a little stuffed animal.
TV show, right? Count Drogo.
Yeah.
Are you named after the world famous Drogo from House of Cards or Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I took that name from Count Drogo.
You know, he was a faggot retard faggot, right?
I just like him because he was a true warrior.
He's a pedo. That actor, that Samoan faggot retard, is a pedo.
I just like the name.
I saw. I don't want to say what I saw, but anyways, the point is, Islam. See, Barth has actually proven something, that you can create the same room every day, and it can keep giving you lemon juice. So Islam truly is the lemon tree. Judaism is the banana tree, and Christianity is the orange tree. If you mix it all up, you get a banana sundae. And then you invite the international dimension beings to come over and have a lunch party. Drink some Nespresso. I am complete.
Demons just beings used by other women.
Solid bottle of the living tree, that is spirit and soul and body and brain, come over the sea. Download God to me, my man, come with trumpets sounding shrill over the hill, come with drums low muttering from the spring. Come with flute and come with pipe, am I right? I who wait and rave and wrestle with all that hath no bows to nestle. My body weary of empty clasp, strong as a lion and sharp as a lass. Come, oh come, I am numb with the lonely lust of devildom. Thrust the sword through the galling fetter, all devourer, all begetter. Give me the sign of the open eye and the token erect of thorny thigh and the word of madness and mystery. Open, 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 pan, 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 I am a man. Do as thou wilt as a great God